This is where Caddo Indians held ceremonies and buried their dead more than 500 years ago. But the prehistoric grave sites and ceremonial mounds of Caddo Indians are being looted in East Texas. There are believed to be hundreds of Indian mounds on federal land surrounding Lake of the Pines. But the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has failed to protect these sites from pot hunters and grave robbers who sneak into the woods in the middle of the night, digging for pottery, arrowheads, even human skulls to sell to collectors. Indian mounds and burial grounds which lie on federal property are protected by federal law. At least they're supposed to be. The problem is, archaeologists say they have trouble getting the Corps of Engineers to enforce the law.
They dug a trench which went right through the center of the mound, and possibly they might have found something in this area because they veered off to the northern part of the mound and dug this large area out right here. And you can see along here where they were scraping, just digging up underneath here, looking for pottery vessels or any other type of artifacts that could be commercially sold.
There are no laws in Texas protecting Indian burial sites on private property. The Texas legislature considered such a law earlier this year. It didn't pass. But the Archaeological Resources Protection Act is supposed to safeguard these sites when they lie on federal property. The reality of the situation is the law isn't working. The history of the Caddo Indians is literally buried in the mounds they've built. But pot hunters make a profit by looting grave sites, by robbing from the dead, and robbing us all of history which might not be recorded yet in any book.
And 3,000 to 4,000 archaeological sites each year are being destroyed by collectors, looters, construction activities. It's all the time, and it's an irreplaceable resource. So once it's gone forever.
The Corps of Engineers has investigated reports that some of its own employees were involved in looting an Indian cemetery near Lake of the Pines. But the Corps says claims that federal employees were involved could not be proven. The Corps knows who many of the pot hunters are, but the Corps of Engineers has only successfully prosecuted 3 people for looting archaeological sites at Lake of the Pines, which has more Indian sites than most other Corps lakes. 2 other cases were dismissed in 1985 when a government attorney failed to show up for a court hearing. A federal magistrate threw out the charges, saying the government apparently didn't think the cases were very important. Still, Corps officials say they do the best they can to protect the sites.
We're not proud of what's happened, and obviously not proud of the people who are engaging in it. But with what limited resources we have, we're proud of with what we've been able to accomplish. And obviously it's not perfect, and I would be the first to tell you that, and the first to tell you we can always do more.
Scott says protecting Indian sites from grave robbers is difficult, but he says he's doing all he can with limited resources to stop the looting. John Gordon, Channel 3 News.